any government official is, have you tried everything first? Like, what are you going to use the money for? What are you bringing? You've set out 100 million. Okay, cool. But it's not just setting out the money though. Like, what is the actually you need the money for? What have you put in place to make sure that this is not going to spread? Because it's well all good to come out and say, I put 100 million aside. But dude, if you don't close the borders and you don't,
but that's what that's what they're doing. They close.
Yeah, but you don't need money for that.
Of course, you need money for that.
No, you already have everything you need for that.
No,
you don't. You're the chief in command. You have the army. You have everything.
Yes, the army needs to be paid. If you deploy an army,
yeah, but you're already paying them monthly.
No, because
you're already paying them monthly. It's their job. So what you mean you need to pay them?
Airports go home, don't they?
Yep, dude. Nigeria, Lagos, right? The government wanted to get rid of the motorbike.
Yeah.
They didn't pay anybody. They just got rid of them. They said, at this point in time, you're not going to do this in Lagos anymore. I'm telling you the power of the government. What the government
But what happened to those people? That's the problem.
The government didn't care. In Lagos right now, they didn't care.
The government did not care. If at the airports, right, you say, okay, we're going to reduce how many flights that come into the country.
Yeah.
Which means people are not going to be able to have a job.
Yes.
So the government shouldn't care about those people.
Oh, so the government all of a sudden want to care now. That's my point, though. No. You get my point. So
it doesn't matter when the government starts to care.
Absolutely does, because I get worried.
So you're saying because the government didn't care 10 years ago, and like, for instance, Rwanda, 10 years ago, Rwanda, 20 years ago. 20 years
it doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ. We are in 2020, so 20 years.
15 years is changing.
I'm so old.
15 years is changing.
1994, right. 1994, when Rwanda was in, having wars. Jesus Christ, I'm old. So, because at that war, Kagame was part of the leaders that was fighting the war and was killing people. Now that he's the president, why is he now trying to be a peaceful man? He should go about with a gun and start killing everybody because it doesn't matter.
I'm not saying that at all.
That's what you're saying. You're saying why we're not changing, things now.
No.
What I'm saying is, if the government was
my point.
Shitty,
listen to my point very carefully. I'm saying to you, right? So he had.
Let me ask my question first, and then you can answer it again. Wow, I'm asking the same question and answer it.
What's the question I asked:
does it matter what the government did in the past if they're caring about people today? Because I said if they go,
I'm going to answer your question a different way. If there wasn't any crisis and the government decided to get up and go, actually, we've realized that a lot of stuff we've neglected in the past. And now we want to fix it. Then my answer to you would be, of course it doesn't matter, because now they're changing their ways. They see what it is. Maybe a new regime is coming to play, and they want the better future for the economy, for the country, for the people of the country. I'm absolutely in support of that. But if we had to take a crisis that the whole world is dealing with for the government of a particular country to get up and say, okay, now we want to care about the people, I go, yes, of course it does, because I know you're not saying the truth. I know it's because you are probably have your own agenda. Maybe election time is coming. Maybe you're going to use this to run election. I don't know what it is because I haven't seen it yet. But I'll be extremely, very, very skeptical to go, I want to see what's going to happen. Especially when we know that the government officials of these particular countries have a history in the way they deal with tons of money. Then you go, when you hear things like, say, for example, hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. For example, if the government officials come out and lay out the activities that they're going to carry out, say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, this is what it is, and this is the budget to carry that out. You're more inclined to go, well, at least they have activities that they're going to carry out, and then they have the expenses of the activities, and the total of that is what this is. Is a lot different than government officials to just come and say, well, we're dealing with this crisis, and in order for us to be able to deal with this crisis, we've set out this amount of money. Then you go, dude, don't put a cotton over our eye, because like you set out amount of money all the time. You set out budgets every year. You don't do nothing with that though. We still in the same situation as we were 2 years ago, but the money is gone. So don't do this to us now.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
This is why I won't believe
it. Those arguments are usually weak. And look, weak. Yes, because when government says they're gonna do something, right, 90% of the time. And as much as it pains me, because like you're making me sound like one of those people.
You're about to do that. I'm not making you sound like that, because you sounded like that. Like 90% of the time they do it.
No. Well, see, 90% of the time something starts. Whether it finishes is another problem.
Boy.
But just shut up and let me talk. Anyway.
Oh my God!
Is, and again, as a matter of fact, this is the last time I'm actually gonna have this. I'm gonna say anything, and I'll let you say whatever you want to say about it, and I'll move the conversation past that.
Oh boy, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that.
All I'm trying to
I
say,
really don't know if you're gonna be able to do that. But
I am. Look, all I'm gonna say is this: if you live in a country, right, and it is just a general thing about anybody that's listening, and a government have allocated a particular money. Now, whether they're gonna use the money for the right thing or not, point is, like for Ghana, for instance, with 100 million, they're telling churches not to have
dollars. By the way,
they've
it's not 100 million cities. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear on that. It's $100 million.
They're talking about giving nurses more money to encourage them to actually go to work instead of pulling out. They're talking about actually if the country needs to go to a full mode, how they're gonna try and get these people in there. And on top of that, like for instance, the Ghanaian policy now, and you have to understand that because these things keep changing with time. Of course, policies will keep changing with time. Like in the UK now, now things are changing and we're having to stay home a little bit more. They even talking about people like any country that's had more than 200 confirmed cases, coming in. If you go in and you go a different passport, you're not coming in unless you got a Ghanaian passport and you're coming up. And they're talking about quarantine. They're talking about getting more equipment in to facilitate the testing. They're talking about having different testing hubs around the country. And all these other things, right? Because we all know, and again, I'm talking to Ghanaians specifically, we all know that it's usually Accra, Kumasi that might have certain facilities, and probably even in Accra alone anyway. Unless it takes a while for you to establish some other stuff, especially people from the north. And we know around the borders.
Do you know how easy it is to deal with coronavirus in Ghana? Let me tell you how easy it is to deal with coronavirus in Ghana. I'm not a politician, so I will not even pretend like I know what I'm saying, like in terms of knowing what they're dealing with. But I'll tell you from my opinion. Ghana's recorded 9 cases, right? 9
and apparently other people have recovered.
Close the borders. That's all you need to do. Close your border and make it airtight. So at least you would know who's coming in or who's not coming out. And I'll tell you, like, there would not be any recorded cases in Ghana. Because as we can prove right now, there are no cases in Ghana other than the cases they've recorded, right? So therefore, if you close your border and you monitor what's going on with those 9 people, and then you keep your eye out, and you spend what? You spend like, in my opinion, you spend like $30 million to do what you're talking about, meaning that you don't want it, because the reason why I would imagine you would put $100 million down is because you're expecting the crisis to actually be beyond what it is. But prevention is always better than cure. So right now, you have 9 cases, all right? Like Nigeria's report
9 confirmed. So people, the point is we shouldn't forget that some people don't show the symptoms.
Yeah, but this is why I said allocate. If I told you going to allocate a ridiculous amount of money, allocate $10 million. The first thing you do is to stop the incoming of people into the country. That's the first thing you do.
So if they're Ghanaian, you can't stop them from coming in.
No, I don't care. You stop them from coming in.
No country is going to take them. You can't, like if you had a 6 months visa and you're in the UK,
so what you
gotta go back.
So, I agree with you.
The UK is
but what you do with that is, like I said, make sure it's airtight. So make sure your border is airtight and make sure no one is coming in through some road or whatever it is that no one knows about. Make sure your border is airtight, like close it out. And then the Ghanaians that are coming in, have a facility which is not going to cost you that much to make. $1 million to $2 million will do that because it's going to be in a concentrated area. So, and it's not like 1 million people are coming to Ghana within the next 2 weeks. It's probably going to be an influx of maybe 200,000 people. So $1 million to $2 million should be able to take care of that. Close that, have that place, and anybody that's Ghanaian that comes through, I don't care if they have it or they don't have it, you have to go through that process and you have to be quarantined like they do with malaria in this other side of the world, where if you come from Africa and you show a sign of trade, they quarantine you for almost like 2 or 3 weeks to make sure you have malaria. And it doesn't cost them a lot of money to do that because they already know that the places where the malaria people could be coming from Nigeria, Ghana, mostly any African countries. So you do that, and then you allocate maybe, I'm even saying 30, I think 30 is too much, maybe 10 to $15 million to be able to put it out there and make sure you flood it out with saying these are the units you need to go get tested. You force people to test and flush it out, because at the moment right now it's not going to be a lot. But if you wait for it to be, you don't close the border, you don't make it airtight, and you wait, then in my opinion, like I said, I'm not going to pretend to understand what the government is going through, because I'm sure right now they're going through a lot. So I'm not a politician, nor do I ever want to be, because I think every politician is a liar and they all just say nonsense. I don't care what country it is. I don't care. I think politicians are liars. That's, no one can convince me of that. No one can convince me otherwise. If you're into politics, you're a liar. Even if you're honest liar, you're still a liar. Okay. Even if you ain't stealing any money, you're still a liar. Okay. So my point is, when you look at like right now in the UK, it's probably a lot harder because UK they didn't do it on time. So now we're having recorded death of 177. Coronavirus is estimated to be between 5,000 and 10,000 people infested. And that can double up in no time, because 10,000 can turn to 20. It's going to be exponential. But right now in Ghana, you don't have that scenario. So a government coming out to say they allocate $100 million to do that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you should even be doing you should be doing more actions than talking about how much money you have allocated. You should take actions. You should have taken action straight away, and you should take the action firm, and you should make sure that the people within your borders are well looked after. Now, that's my point, Nana. I think you should always do that anyways. This is my point. I think you should always do that anyways, because that's what you get elected for. But like we know with these government officials, which we talked about all the time, cars on the road, this, that, the road are bad, the water erosion in Ghana and Nigeria, all this. So like, I'm sorry. I'm not the type that would listen to any government official coming out of Africa and think they're doing the right thing. I'm sorry. Okay, because history is showing they don't. Okay, now, they do live lavish though. The money is right though. I get that part. like the bury, like if anything, whistleblowers are now making so much money because we're seeing them bury money on the burial grounds. And people are basically blowing the whistle for us to see where the money is coming from, or it's been buried in. Like all the money that they're taking, where it is. So yeah, I mean, this is my own 2 cents about it, and. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to say.
I said I wasn't going to say anything about it anymore. But anyway, like Ghana is doing this thing, like they're doing a registration. There's a registration exercise going on in Ghana now. Right?
Well, right now.
Yeah, like, okay. And then because the government has banned like public gathering of no more than 25 people and stuff like that.
You know what I appreciate, Anna? The fact that the government is able to take a hold on Christianity, religion. No more church on Sundays for a while, and people actually followed that.
People go Facebook,
I would have thought
because they go Facebook. That's all.
I would have thought that everyone, not everyone, most people in places like we come from, Ghana, Nigeria, would have attributed this to going to church and pray so they wouldn't get the virus.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, the people are going to the church too.
Yeah, but government officials have said no public gathering, and people actually respecting that without brutal force being applied. That's amazing,
because
it means we could all come together to do something.
The government already shown you that it's not an attack on Christianity by inviting all the big pastors to the to his office, and they had a huge prayer for the country. Then the next day or 2 days later, the vice president invites, because the vice president is a Muslim, he invites all the big Muslim clerics to come. So they've already shown. The guy went to Israel and brought a stone. The guy's building a cathedral.
So they just shifted
like, what shows
so
you that
what I'm hearing from you is they shifted the way in which they worship now. So you might not worship physically anymore, but you can get to worship virtually now.
Yeah, they're showing you that we stole for you. It's just that we're saying be safe. One pastor tried to abuse that law, and then he found out the hard way.
Pastors will be out here praying, like Ghana has the record of pastor predicting stuff. So how come pastors?
There's one of them has come out anyway, which is funny anyway. Some guy called a virgin pastor anyway. So
a virgin pastor.
They call himself virgin.
How do you prove that? Or virgin like sex wise or
sex wise virgin? So it was virgin.
How do
for
you
a long
prove
time.
that?
Well, he claims that
he's lying.
Sex and,
he's lying.
And until he got married, and then recently he got married, he has been at one church. Anyway,
It's possible.
His claim to fame was the fact that he was a virgin for a long time, because he was, it was older guy when he was virgin. I think late 20s when he was 30 or something like that. Anyway, that's not even the point. Point is,
of course, he could be a virgin if he's in his 20s. Like,
late 20s.
Yeah,
28, 29.
It's a guy.
Yeah.
29, 29. You forget the fact that you go get it. You go beg to get it.
Dude,
maybe he's been begging and no one's giving him any attention.
At secondary school, by senior secondary school, most guys have.
I know 29 is kind of like. It's kind of like. It's kind of like. 29 is kind of like, dude, would you seriously you're a virgin? Like, but yeah, you've seen the 40-year-old virgin, the movie.
Yeah, but that's a white person. That's different. Anyway, the point is this here.
All right, let me tell you something. It's not a fact, but I can almost say as a bold statement. There's a lot of virgin African boys right now.
That 40.
Not 40, but in their 20s.
No.
There would be. There would be. What? There would be. What are you talking about?
When I was in senior secondary school.
Because women like money.
It doesn't matter.
Like
you could go. When I was in senior secondary school, people are going to, a shower line. And Ghanaians.
Especially these Christian boys. Because religion is
they are the ones that have been desperate. As well, they are the ones that also get laid quicker. Because what they do is they join this SU, Scripture Union. That's what it's called in secondary school. That's where all the girls that are what we call crefe, pretending to be Christians are. My brother in Christ, my sister in Christ. And before you know, you're fingering a bit. And before you know, you're getting some. Let's not do this. Anyway. Look, point is this here.
No. I like the way you just try to skip through that.
Because the people
but
know
I'm not going to let you get over
People know that's what happens.
No. Stop. I rebuke you in Jesus' name.
That's why they're the ones that get pregnant and then their mothers get scared. So every time you said you're going for choir practice, and every time you said
nah, wait. I'm saying, okay, so maybe my statement earlier was a bold statement. That's
if
kind
you said
of
they were
flawed.
16, 17, I would know in their 20s. Forget that.
You know that religion among young,
they don't give a shit.
No.
They do not give a
Facebook
shit.
young individuals. I'm talking
any
about
Ghanaian kid that's above 16 90% of them don't give a shit about religion. I guarantee.
I'm expanding. What about Nigeria? Because
that worse anyway. Look, your people, they are terrible. They are.
I don't think you understand how. Look, I don't think you understand how religion plays a huge role. And I don't mean Christianity only.
For social
even Islam.
That's what I'm saying. For social status, not behind the closing. Why do you think? Well, take this country for example, right? Who are more religious than the Pakistanis and the Indians?
No,
they're the ones that get the heavenly
about we know in terms of Nigeria and Ghana.
Of course, and that's what
I'm not talking about. Because we can go into that, and I probably agree with you on some cases that you're talking about.
I'm telling you, it's pretense. Look, I was an altar boy. I knew enough altar boys, and I knew what I got myself into, and I know
But you were the child of the devil, just pretending to be pretending to be son of God. You were the child of the devil, just pretending to be son of God, so you don't count. And all of the usher boys you knew don't count either. So let's not go there with you.
Pastors that in Ghana that look this. Let me tell you something funny. Just this week-ish, or whenever this podcast comes out, there's a reputable so-called man of God, right? And this conform, which you people call Babalao, we call him conform. Basically they're going to an argument about him paying his dues. He didn't pay his dues, whatever it is.
In what way? He didn't pay the money of the tithes.
No. Yeah, you know, like when they do stuff for you, Babalao.
Yeah.
Got come back and
got you. Yeah,
you gotta come back and say thanks to God
because it worked.
Whether it works or not, you gotta come back and say something.
It doesn't work.
You come back and say something to him like yo, it ain't working.
No, I'm going to the next abolition.
That's how you die. Unless the abolition is a weak one here. That's how you die.
It didn't work, so I know it's fake.
Yeah, no, you come back and tell them. But
it's fake. I already know it didn't work. I already know you're fake. Whatever you said to me, it didn't work.
Maybe you did not follow the rules, and that's why you die. That's why I told you, because let's say they told you.
Now you're being superficial.
If you're not superstitious, why did you go there to get it in the first place anyway?
I thought it would work. Okay, I had a friend of mine that told me there's this particular
This is the
situation that
nonsense-
you need to deal with. And I had the same situation. I went to this guy. He worked for me. So I went there. I tried it.
God.
It worked for me
See,
because it didn't work for me. So another friend
the
told me
same-
there's another person that you could do the same thing with. You expect me to go back and go, can I get permission from you to go meet that guy? Because whatever you did for me did not work. Is that what you want me to
My
do?
guy, I'll come back to my story, but I'll tell you one story. There's this other comfort called Kwekubun. He actually went to live in the US for a bit. Right. And you saw this video anyway.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
same a pastor tried to put that same stunt, told him that, oh, whatever you gave me did not work. All right. And I just went and prayed to God, and that's why my church is prosperous. The guy's like, I don't give a shit. You are not doing your dues. I'm just coming there to dig my shit out. And he went to the church on a Sunday with FM station news people. Because he gave the guy like a week or something to get why to bring the thing back. He went there and he dug the guy's
so
altar.
I've seen the video and it's good you mentioned it. So let's get this right. Let's put a spin on this. So a pastor to be.
No, he was already a pastor. It wasn't like to
It's
be.
a pastor to be because he's like, whatever you give me didn't work, so I pray to God and then God bless
No,
me.
he was already a pastor at that point.
But
when
it
he
wasn't
went to-
working.
No, he didn't have a bigger church. What do you mean it wasn't working? He was still preaching. You
Yeah,
don't need
but
to have a bigger church
preaching
to
in
be a
front of
pastor.
two people.
You saw a pastor.
Preaching- Yeah.
the hell is that?
Okay. You're a pastor, but you're not a successful one.
If you win even one soul, the Bible says when one
Yeah,
soul
but clearly for
repents,
this pastor, it wasn't about winning souls. It was about getting a pocket. It was about getting people's pocket because that's where he went to the herbalist. So
he
he
went there
can.
to win souls. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, which bring me to my point.
You didn't even let me finish my story anyway.
Okay, finish your story. Finish, but I'll remember
Anyway,
this.
but Koku and someone went to get his stuff. Now this pastor, like this Okonfo got a little bit mad, didn't it? But apparently when he was doing some of the rituals for the guy, he had some people in the house, and because at times he says when the spirit takes over him, they speak different languages, and he has to when he comes back,
So
he
the
has
guy's
to
speaking in
decipher.
tongues, except he's not a Christian.
Yeah, so he had to come back and watch the video and then decipher because he needs to tell you what to do when he gives you the stuff.
Yeah.
Innit? So he's saying like, so he films his situation,
If
then he does a playback, and
he
then
films his own trance.
Yeah.
He's in a trance.
Yeah,
So he films that, records it. So when he's out of his trance, he can go, yeah, the gods were speaking to me.
no, not just the gods were speaking to me, but the God said we should do X, Y, Z because at times he doesn't speak the
That's
local
what I'm saying.
language.
The
When
gods, or the gods were speaking through me. But because I was a vessel,
I did not capture all the
so I didn't
information.
capture all the essence of the God's presence. Oh boy, I'm even surprising myself. I'm possessed.
So the guy filmed it, and it was like when the gods came over and
Yeah.
everything, and was doing his stuff. Even the gods apparently took over the guy as well, the pastor as well, whatever. So the pastor ended up getting naked.
The gods, not God.
Of course,
The gods, boy, and people actually goes to this guy's congregation.
well, the pastor or you
Yeah,
talking
the
about
pastor.
the comfort?
No, he's not.
No, the pastor was not the one saying this. It's the comfort guy saying that. So the comfort guy has got a naked picture of the
So
pastor.
he's right.
So of course,
Because how
there's evidence and
how you get because he recorded it, right? So I mean, how much more of an evidence is that? You gonna say it's not you? Are you saying this?
But that's, so he released a guy's naked.
No, because are
picture.
you gonna say this is
The guy,
Photoshop?
the guy was saying the naked picture is not him, innit? The pastor
So
was saying,
you gonna say and I believe
And the guy's like,
it's possible. It's actually possible.
and the guy's like, look, I haven't got a video yet, and I'll show because they took them to the.
Yeah, you can still deny that it's not him in the video. It's possible. Like if you can deny that that's not you, you could just say I was sleepwalking. It's like a relationship thing, right? Where your woman catch you red-handed. And you're
Yeah,
like,
but if you say you sleepwalking, it's still you.
baby.
It's
It's
not
not what it is.
It's not what it looks like. I can explain. It's not what it looks like. Then I can explain.
So you could do the same thing. And you go, yeah, that might look like me, but I can assure you, it's not me. It might be me physically, but my mental state of mind was away from that body.
Well,
you can say whatever at this point.
The point I was, what was I mean? Shit.
The
Nah, I
point
can't
you were
remember what I was
going to
trying to
say
say.
was the fact that ableist people, right?
No, but I was saying that to make a point. And like, anyway, the story ends because people might want to know how the story ends. The story ends that this what's it called? This Okonfo guy is saying that the guy came to take stuff. The guy hadn't done the right thing. Blah blah. And now the guy also is accusing the Okonfo of stealing his car. So it's a mess.
This is, you know what? That's an interesting relationship.
No, he said the Okonfo guy wanted to buy a car off him.
It seems like they have a lot of history.
But the guy claims
so they can't deny they don't know each other.
The pastor said he doesn't know him. He only met him at the radio station, and then he said he wants to buy his car. And then he went to his house, and the guy just stole the car. That's their whole relationship.
I'm sorry, you didn't know him. Radio station, house. Come on.
Like, he came to the house to give the guy the car.
Yeah. like that's how they sell cars.
No,
like that's how they sell cars in Ghana.
Like, if you have for sale on your car, and somebody say, "Oh, I saw your car, blah blah. Can I see the car?" And then you tell you where to meet them in it.
Yeah, so I'm guessing he told his story.
You would have said they should meet you in the you're the one selling the car.
I'm guessing he told his story to a bunch of people that believed him, because I'm definitely not believing that. Like,
well, he's not begging, innit? He's not apologizing for his naked picture. Like, this is nonsense. Like, of course, the guy's got videos. Like, the guy was going to release the videos.
I'm telling you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. The thing I appreciate in this coronavirus crisis about Africans is the fact that they actually respect. Like, this is the first time in a long time that I can see that Africans, especially West Africans, Nigerian and Ghanaians alike, are actually not turning to God.